Welcome to the next section of Visual Studio Code and Docker. In this section, we're going to overview exactly what's going to happen in this section about installing Visual Studio Code and the Docker extension. We're going to walk through all the steps for both cases. And in this section, we're actually going to learn installing Visual Studio Code. So we're going to walk through exactly what's required for Mac, Windows, Linux, all the different operating systems, and really understand how to get up and running with Visual Studio Code. Next, we are going to install the Visual Studio Code Docker extension, which is provided by Microsoft, and we're going to quickly run through how to install it and configure it for Visual Studio Code. Next, we're going to interact with the extension, the Docker extension, understand the UI, kind of do a tour around the UI, and find out all the capabilities of the Docker extension. Finally, we're going to do a lab where all of us together are going to walk through how to install Visual Studio Code, how to install a Docker extension, and interact with the UI. And this is all going to be documented within GitHub, so you'll see each step along this process. Now, what can I expect, or what do I get with the Docker extension? Now, the first thing we get is we can bootstrap new Docker projects. And that's really great because now I can just point it right at my project and say, bootstrap the project. It creates a Docker file, it creates Docker Compose, it builds everything for us. And that's just out of the box by default. Next up, we can interact with containers, images, volumes, networks, and Docker hosts. So once we start something or want to start something, we can interact with Docker, with our project directly with Visual Studio Code. That means I can right click on Docker Compose, for example, and start my stack. Or I can interact with containers. I can see the logs. I can do all this through Visual Studio Code without ever leaving Visual Studio Code. And I find that's really amazing. We can also write Docker files. And I'm not just saying just write normal Docker files, but it actually comes with code completion. So when I actually type, the first line in a Docker file is from. So I type from, and then I think, I forgot the image name. You can actually query Docker Hub directly from Visual Studio Code, and it's going to bring in this information into your Docker file. And then you can also query, for example, command completion. So you want to know, how does this command work? Or if you don't know, it actually gives you complete documentation on this command. So it provides all this within the Docker file code complete. Next up, we're going to build and debug Compose and Docker files. So when we actually bootstrap our project, it asks us if we wanted to enable debug. And when we enable debug, it automatically creates a separate Compose file with debug already built in. And we'll cover that in the debug section. And finally, we can connect to different Docker servers. So no longer do we have to SSH into our cloud or a local instance. We can actually configure that all through our Docker extension, and the Docker extension automatically connects to all these Docker instances for us. And this saves a ton of time because all you do is say switch context to cloud, switch context to local machine. And your Visual Studio Code doesn't change, but actually the containers you're connecting to shows you the workload that you're connecting to. Really cool stuff, and we'll check that out in the context switch section. All right, join me in the next section and we'll start installing Visual Studio Code.